In this question, you have been given a garden which is square root 30 meter long and square root of 8 meters wide. I can draw this quickly, and a diagram can always be helpful if there is no diagram given in the question. The length has been given to you square root of 30 and the breadth has been given to you as square root of 8. A garden is covered in grass except for a small rectangular pond which is square root 2 meter long and square root of 6 meter wide, which means there is a pond, rectangular pond in between. So this pond now has the dimensions. The length is square root of 2 while the width is square root of 6. Alright. Find the area of the pond as the percentage of the area of the garden. So we need to find the area of the pond. We need to find the area of the garden too. Okay, because we need the percentage. So to find the area of the pond, this is the inside one is the pond. Area of a rectangle, the easiest thing you do is multiply them together. So square root into square root 2 into square root 6 is square root of 12. Okay, that will be the area of the pond. Whereas the area of the garden itself will be length times width. So square root of 30 is the length, square root of 8 is the width. So 30 into 8 is 240. That is the area of the garden. Very important, you see that garden is bigger than the pond. So what we are doing is finding the area of the pond as the percentage of the area of the garden. Please note that your values are irrational values. You have square root 12, which is the area of the pond. So we want to find the percentage of the pond area upon the area of the garden. So to find the percentage, the first thing you should do is set up a fraction, because fraction to percentage is very simple. Yeah. So you need to set up the fraction. How would you set up the fraction? Very logical. You are finding the area of the pond. So you want to keep the area of the pond at the top because you want to see what is this out of the total area of the garden. So area of the pond is what you are finding the percentage. I kept this value at the top. Square root of 240, which is the total area of the garden, I'll keep this at the bottom. Let's solve for the fraction and then we'll multiply with 100 because the question is asking me for percentage. Any question that talks about finding percentage, we always multiply 100. Now, if you look at the irrational part, if you look at the two values, you can solve them together. You can always be smart choosing the right property of irrational numbers. If you have two irrational numbers sharing the common power or the common root, then you can give them a common root like this, okay, and solve for them individually. Or you can just bring the power common. 12 upon 240 becomes a fraction. You know how to solve it. 12 into 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24, so 1 upon 20. I got the square root of 1 upon 20, and now we have to times this with 100%. Square root of 1 upon 20, square root of 1 is just 1. Now think about square root of 20. Square root of 20, if you want to solve for this, 20 is definitely a composite number. I know 4 into 5 is 20. Okay, now 4 is a square number. So 4 is a square of 2. So I can say that 20 can be written as, if I have to explain how I can write 20, then 20 will be written as, the square root of 20 will be written as 2 square times 5, because 4 into 5 is 20 and 4 can be expressed as square. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to get rid of the square and the root. So square and root cancels out just for 2, while 5 is still inside the root. So the answer here becomes 2 root 5. So 2 root 5 is the other way of expressing root 20. This is a concept of surds you must have seen in my other videos. 2 root 5, the other way I have represented square root 20. So instead of not writing square root 20, I'll write 2 root 5. Because we are finding percentage, I'm multiplying 100. Now 1 by 2 root 5 times 100 becomes 100 by 2 root 5. Now you must have known that we never leave our answers with an irrational number at the bottom. We are supposed to solve it. So what to do here? 2 and 100 can be cancelled out. 2 into 50 is 100. We know that. 50 upon root 5, if you want to simplify it, the simplifying means you want to rationalize, you want to have a rational number at the bottom. So you multiply both numerator and denominator by this irrational number that you have. By doing so, You got your numerator as 50 times root 5, 50 root 5. Root 5 into root 5. This is a property of irrational number. When you have root a into root a, root means square root. So square root of a, if you have it twice, anything that's multiplying with itself for twice can be represented as a square, giving me square and root cancelling out. The answer becomes a very simple value, a rational value a. So that is the reason we are rationalizing with the same number. Any irrational number times with itself when it is a square, okay, square root of 5 times square root of 5, the answer is 5. Similarly, remember square root of 2 times square root of 2, which is 2. So 50 divided by 5, you know how to solve it. 50 divided by 5 is 10, giving me the final answer as 10 root 5%, okay? 10 root 5%. It means what? You can say that in terms of percentage itself. In terms of percentage, you saw that the area of the pond is 10 root 5%. If you want, you can convert 10 root 5. 10 root 5, how much will that be? 10 root 5 is nothing but 22.36. So you can write the answer 22.36%. That is how you can find the area or even a percentage. Though the values can be irrational, it should not be a problem for you. That's it. This is how we can deal with questions from geometry, and I'm sure this has helped you understand and apply the combined concepts, like concept of geometry is here, surds is here, irrational numbers, yeah. You have a lot of concepts coming together, but still you should be able to crack it. If there is anything doubtful, you can please ask in the comments, and that is it.